Crafty Peacock Stitchery, back for Flosstube number 11, I think. I know it's been a while. I intended to do an End of Mania video, and I didn't. And then I meant to do one sometime in June, and then I didn't. And now here we are, closing in on the end of July, and I'm finally getting around to it. Today is July 23rd, Thursday, and I'm actually off work today. So it's like I may as well use this time productively and film a video. So, Irish breakfast today. Get my dose of caffeine in. I'm back using a paper planner instead of the digital one from Teresa Little Stitcher. I like the digital one. It's well put together and everything. I just found that I wasn't using it, and I wanted to actually write things down, which I wasn't expecting, because I plan digitally usually. Like, my phone calendar has all of my stuff in it. I don't generally use a physical planner, but for whatever reason with cross stitch, this is the way to go. I'm also in the process of revamping it, putting in some different pages, redoing some of the way I do things, but I don't have a printer. So once I manage to get these pages printed and in here and use them for a bit, I'm gonna do a new planner walkthrough, because I enjoy planner videos, and I think there are other people out there that also enjoy planner videos. So once I get around to that, I'll get that up, because who doesn't love a good organizational video? First things first, it's not really cross stitch, but it is stitchy adjacent, as I've heard said. I am multi-craftual. I cross stitch, obviously, and then I also crochet. I don't crochet as often because it's slightly more expensive of a hobby, and I don't need a million blankets, which is what I enjoy doing the most, is blankets. I love doing baby blankets. I have no children, but my friends have children. I've made 4 baby blankets, this is being the 4th one, and I think this one might be my favorite. My best friend had her baby about 8 weeks, 7-8 weeks ago, and we're actually going down to see him for the first time on Saturday. So I wanted to definitely get this video made so I could show it before I pass it off to said child. But here it is. And those of you that crochet and recognize this pattern are probably laughing right now. For the uninitiated that do not crochet, this pattern is called a virus pattern. Unintentional. I chose this pattern before coronavirus was a thing in our lives. I chose it like back in December, I want to say, right around the time they found out that they were having a boy. And I asked her what color she wanted, and she said, I want yellow and gray, and I was like, cool, I can totally work with that. I'd never done a yellow and gray blanket before. Let's see if I can open it up bigger. It's so pretty, I love it. It's kind of unwieldy, so yeah. Oh, I cannot wait to give it to her. I use acrylic yarn for baby blankets. I know a lot of knitters and crocheters are all about the natural yarn, but let's face it, acrylic is easier to keep clean. And with a baby, you want it to be easy to wash, because I want her to use this blanket, not put it in the closet. So, and this is probably my favorite part of the blanket, is the edging. This is my favorite edging. Isn't it pretty? It's called a crab stitch. I've also heard it called a reverse single crochet. I think it ties up the edge of a blanket very nicely, because I don't like having the V's on the edge of a blanket. For whatever reason, it always looks unfinished if I can see the V's on the final stitching row. So I always try to do some kind of edging that doesn't leave that V, that row of V's. It's so pretty. So I'm excited to give this to the baby, but he is an adorable kid. I cannot wait to meet him. And I have been given the honorary title of aunt, even though I have no blood relation to this child. Like I said, his mom is my best friend, but so excited. I can't wait to spoil him for the rest of his life. Okay, so that is my only finish. Finished that a couple of weeks ago. It's ready to go. And I have not finished any cross stitching at all. I do have stuff to show though. I am not going to show every whip I've worked on since my last video because honestly I hadn't been keeping that well track of what I've been working on. And I don't really feel like going back through my planner and figuring all that out from what I've got because I don't have my new video, new pages in there yet that will help me keep track of that. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on for the past like 2 or 3 weeks. Basically in July. No Christmas. I don't do Jolly July. For whatever reason, I don't enjoy Christmas a whole lot. I'm stitching Christmas. I've got one Christmas pattern that I do really want to do, but I haven't gotten around to it. So we'll see when that happens. Okay, so I spent a lot of time on this one recently because, I don't know, it was just calling to me, like a lot. And my mom requested a new thing in my videos. She asked me to put up a digital image of the final piece and then keep that up while I show my whip so that she could compare and see how far along I am. So I'm gonna do that from now on. That keeps me from having to juggle multiple items. So Templar Prophecy is the first one I'm showing today. I'm trying to make sure that I get it. I have to decide where my digital image is gonna be. Yeah. Alright. But yeah, I think the last time I showed this, I had like maybe this much of the top border and then like a little bit down here. Not nearly anywhere what I have done now. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I got my initials in. KLP. So yeah. Get you some close-up shots. Oh, I cannot see. Okay, here we go. And the more I do this, the more I'm just absolutely in love with it. Love it. And this one is on 36 count Feldspar. But picture this plus. It lives in my button bag. The colorful threads on the needles. Second one that I've been working on a lot is And a Forest Grew. This is the image for this one. Yeah. And this is how far I am on this. And I have gotten, let's see if I can hold this. Ow, there we go. I have gotten all the way to the bottom of this pattern, so you know it's gonna go out that way. But look at how cute that little fox is. He's so precious. And a robin. Bunnies. 2 bunnies. 3 bunnies. I've done 3 bunnies. I love every single tree. Every single tree I have enjoyed immensely. Love this one. I am enjoying it so much. And it's one of those patterns where you get a little finish. A lot. You get a bunch of little tiny finishes because you finish a tree, you finish a critter. Lots of little senses of accomplishment. And this one lives in my cactus bag because I don't really have a tree bag. This is my only plant bag, so close enough. The next one I'm working on is actually a new start. I started this one, I started this one on my anniversary, my wedding anniversary, which is May 25th. And this is Indian Peacock Dimensions Kit. And this is how far I am on it. I have gotten a lot done on this one. Like, a ton. And I love it. It's so much fun. It's so pretty. And it's in true Dimensions fashion. Lots of color changes. I also wanted to show, not this, you are going to see the bag, but that's not what I'm showing you. So here's my little Mew needle minder. He's adorable. And I wanted to get a Pokeball for the back. So it wasn't just a blank magnet. And I don't do that on all of them, but it really seemed to fit and I wanted to do it. So I went on Etsy and I found Pokeball earrings. And I found some that looked like they were good quality. Bought them, and they are fantastic. They took a while to come in because I bought them and they got ready to ship right around the time international mail came to a screeching halt. So the seller was great. She contacted me and she said, you know, this is what's going on. I cannot get this to you right now. Do you want a refund or do you want to just wait? And I was like, just wait. I'm not in any kind of hurry. It's not a big deal. Just send it whenever you can, you know, however long that takes. And I got it finally. Look at it. I'm trying to get a good, yeah, that's pretty good. But these are really, really great. So I have 2. I got a pair of earrings. And it's kind of rounded. And it's, you can kind of see it's got a silver border. But it's, if you want to do this, I would recommend them for this. You do have to snip off the earring post and file it down. That took a little bit of work, but I mean, obviously it worked. I couldn't find any like Pokeball things that didn't have an earring on them, something that I could just buy and glue on. So this is what I decided to go with, but I'm excited. And now I've got another one that I think I'm gonna try and find a Vulpix enamel pin to use the other one for, because those are my 2 favorite Pokemon. Nerd. And this is the one I've been working on most recently. This is Peacock Keeper by Lindy Stitches. And get the board behind this one. Oh. unwieldy. Okay. Come on. That's better. So, I got the guy done, and I started on the peacock next to him. I got a good bit of that done. And I've got a lot of the border done. I have to finish up this side and do the words at the bottom. And of course all the other peacocks. So many peacocks. But yeah, it is coming along very nicely. I really enjoy this one. It's very easy to stitch. Like the border is very easy to kind of lose yourself in. I can't just go and do all the purple because for whatever reason, like I just know if I tried to do that, I would end up miscounting somewhere. So I can do the green and go, although I think right here, I stopped here because there's a peacock that kind of covers in front of it. So I need to do that peacock before I finish the border. But these tail feathers right here are so fun. They're like really easy and they're satisfying with how they fit into each other. I've had to make a couple of changes. Like right here, I changed things around right here to fit my need for everything to match perfectly. But for the most part, I am now following the pattern precisely. Because remember, I had that issue with Mr. Stubbs having short legs. Still don't know if I'm gonna make the other side, the matching peacock, the same or not. I haven't decided. This is a new bag that this one lives in. This is my Paris bag. And I love the zip pull I made for this one. I think it just matches perfect. So sparkly. All right, and that is it for my whips. So now I am going to, forgot to bring one of my other bags back here. So I am going to start selling bags. I'm not gonna put them on Etsy. I'm just going to list them as I make them on my Instagram page. Whoever comments first saying that they want it, it's theirs. Everything's gonna go through PayPal. So I will send you an invoice through PayPal. Once I receive payment, I will ship it out. I'm gonna be selling some of my older bags first. They are used, but they are gently used. They are vinyl front, all of the old ones. And I'm gonna put up a picture of one right here. I don't know which one I'm gonna pick yet, but just to give you an idea of what I have made. You know, they look like most other vinyl front bags, not a big deal. But I do have several that I'm kind of phasing out of the vinyl bags. And I know there are other people that really like the vinyl bags, so I would prefer that these bags go to someone that will use them. These vinyl bags, I'm going to sell for $25. That includes shipping. If there is a accessory pouch that I've made with it, it'll be $30, unless you tell me you don't want the accessory pouch and you just want the vinyl bag. That's fine. And I'll just charge you $25, and that includes shipping. The $30 also includes shipping. My other bags that I am eventually going to start making and selling that are this style, these are going to be higher because they use more fabric. These are lined with fusible fleece on both sides. They have the bias binding, they have lace. My vinyl front bags do not have any of this. I also hand stitched the back. So all of this right here is hand stitched like you would stitch the back of a quilt. So because of that, I am going to list them at a higher price. Because I'm not going to be able to mass produce these, basically. One of these, stitching this down takes one evening for me to do. So I don't know exactly how much they're going to be yet. If it would be helpful for me if you guys would tell me in the comments what you would expect a price for this bag to be. I am not certain yet. What would you think is fair? So, have not made any of those to sell yet, but I will, especially once I get my vinyls out of the way. Okay, next order of business is haul. I've got a few things. I bought some things. I went a little hog wild with needleminders a little while back. Like, someone probably should have stopped me, but there was no one to stop me and Tyler wasn't going to say no, so here I am. I got these two over here were the first ones I got. These are from Abby Topknot. So of course I got myself a pretty peacock feather because it's gorgeous. I love it. And I got my own Abby cat. I love her. She's so pretty. And I swear she nailed my colors, didn't she? Yeah, she nailed them. She got them. And you know, the Abby cats, you get random, so, you know, did not request specific colors for that. These are from, hang on, Snarky Crafter Design on Etsy. I had to have them. Like, I saw them and I was like, okay, yeah, that's in my cart. Oops, I also hit the pay button. So I'm a Hufflepuff, and here's a little badger, and it's really hard to see. Yeah, it's hard to see, but he is holding a little button. He's holding a little button, and I think that's adorable. And then I have this. So, School of Wizardry and Stitchcraft, and then it's got the Hogwarts seal, but it's got a bunch of stitchy stuff in it instead of wizard stuff. So I think that's awesome. And then, of course, a cat paw, because I'm a crazy cat lady. Or I would have been if I hadn't met Tyler. And there were some other needle minders there, but they were not purchased, so they will be in a different section. Caffeine. Okay, so then I also got some fabric. One of these pieces of fabric is for the Pandemic sampler by Long Dog. I'm so glad that I managed to find that sampler or see that they had put it out or she had put it out when it was free, because I love it and I went and got it like as soon as I saw it. So yay, I'm gonna be doing that. That is going to be my birthday start. That's gonna be August 14th. And I'm so excited. So I got the fabric for it. The floss is in transit. I got the floss from Fire Poppies. I never bought from them before, and now I still haven't even bought anything from their website. I actually emailed Susan and said, hey, I need 20 skeins of this floss and I can't find it anywhere because it's not a standard DMC. It's not an overdyed. It is a DMC, but it's their DMC variations. and it's number 4210, and I'm gonna put a picture up of it. And this is the fabric I got. Oh man, it's not showing up good. It's all cloudy today. Let me see if I can. No, it is not. It is not showing up. Dang it. Where'd that go? Here it is. Let me see if I can put some white behind it, if that'll help. That helps a little bit. It is definitely pinker than this. More rosy, kinda. Oh, man, it is washing out so bad. It looks a lot more neutral than it actually is. This is Truffle by Picture This Plus. And it's a 40 count linen. It's a huge piece because when I saw how big Pandemic was, I was like, oh dear, okay, so be it. And my instinct whenever I do monochromatic pieces, like the one time I've done a monochromatic piece, is to go for like blues and teals because those are my favorite colors. But I was like, I've already got a blue and teal long dog sampler going. Templar Prophecy, right? And I didn't want two that looked basically the same. So I was like, okay, what's another color combo that I really like? I love like fuchsias and magentas and those deep pinks. And I really like these coral type of pinks. That's closer. It's kind of close. So yeah, I went and I looked around trying to find a good pink linen, and I saw, was it Summer Quaker? I think it's Summer Quaker, that, I'm gonna put a picture up of it, that linen in that photo looked pink, right? That is pink. Now, any other images that you find online of Truffle do not look that pink. Even the one on Picture This Plus's website don't look that pink. Don't look this pink, or as pink as it looks to my eye, not to y'all. This actually looks about like it does on their website, which is not accurate. It is truly a pink. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna go by my past experience, because Feldspar, the linen I got, does not look like their stock photo. It just doesn't. Now, I love Feldspar, and I'm so glad I got it. It's perfect for the piece. But it looks nothing like how it photos. And I was like, there's a good chance that this is the same way. And it actually is pink. So I took a chance. And I said, worst case scenario, I have a lot of fabric that I can use for something else. So I took a chance and I got my pink fabric, and I am thrilled. It is perfect. It's everything I wanted. And I cannot wait to stitch on this. Especially with those pretty red, pink, and purple floss colors. So I'm hoping that the 4210 is going to be here tomorrow. It might be here Saturday. We'll see. But regardless, I am not going to start stitching on it until August 14th. I think I may just make a quick hashtag for my birthday. It'd be Pandemic Birthday Sal. I don't know. If anybody is working on Pandemic already and wants to throw that hashtag on there, awesome. If you've been waiting for a reason to start Pandemic, you can start it with me on August 14th. But everyone else is starting it, and I really want to start it, so I'm gonna do that in like just under a month. Along with Truffle, I got two other pieces of fabric. And these are two that I've been wanting to try out because they're popular. So I just got two small pieces. I can feel my headache slipping away. And they're almost identical. Okay, so these are both 40 count. This is Mallow and this is Flax. They are so close. Like, I mean, it is not showing up on camera at all. Mallow is just a little bit lighter, and I'm talking like half a shade lighter. Just a touch. It also kind of has almost a speckled look to it, more of a speckled look. This one kind of has it too, actually, but this one more so. So now I'm like, well, I now know that these two pieces, these two colors are almost identical. I don't know that I have a preference between the two. I may prefer flax just a little bit. Like, and when I say just a little bit, I mean as little difference as there is between these two. That's how much more I prefer it over Mallow. So I'm glad I got them. Yeah, they look identical. They really do. So stash building, got a few pieces, and these are both 9x13s. Like, I'll be able to get a couple of smalls or maybe a medium-sized piece on them. That'll work. Nothing in particular planned for those, except curiosity. I got them out of curiosity. Let's see what else. Sorry, I've got my planner down here. I'm looking to see what all I have done. Oh, I did get one other thing. I bought my first Haid. And I know there are people here, like my mother, who don't know what a Haid is. A Haid is Heaven and Earth Designs. It is a website that takes art and turns it into cross-stitch patterns. So usually paintings is what they focus on the most. And these are usually modern artists, you know, current artists that are putting work out right now. My understanding is that they collaborate with those artists, get permission from them to turn it into a cross-stitch piece. A while back they had a sale, and I was like, okay, well, I've never done a Haid, but I am working on Exploding TARDIS, which is like Haid Light, so let me go see what they've got, see if there's anything that appeals to me. Because for the most part, Haids don't appeal to me in the sense that I want to do them. I love watching other people work on Haids. I think they're beautiful, but most of them aren't something that I want to display in my home. So I went and I looked and I was like, let's see if I recognize any of the artists, if anything jumps out at me as, yes, I need this. And I ran across a name that I had not seen in a very long time and had not thought about in a long time, but instantly recognized. It's an artist that I'm familiar with from like high school and early college days, Christy Grandjean. She does a lot of animal art, so like wolves and tigers and leopards and stuff like that. But she anthropomorphizes. I cannot say that word, it's too long. So they're kind of like werewolves and were-leopards. You know, they have human features. They walk on two legs, some of them have like spears. A lot of them are kind of based around Native American style artwork and gives off that aura, you know? So I loved her when I was younger. She is one of my favorite artists. And I saw her name and I was like, oh my God, they've got Christy's work. Let me go see which ones they've got. They don't have many, considering how many pieces she has put out, but they did have some of her best ones. And it was hard to make a choice. I didn't want to get all of them because, again, we come down to what I want to display it. So I've narrowed it down to one that kind of had meaning to me, and I came up with this one. This one is called Dreaming of You, and I think it's precious. It kind of fits me and Tyler. I think it's kind of representative of me and Tyler because obviously couples, right? It's a wolf couple. But one is obviously male, or well, supposed to be male, and one's female in my mind. This is how I am making this work in my head. So there's the male and there's the female, and the female has brown hair. And then Tyler, if you've seen him in a few previous videos, has like reddish gold hair. He's basically a ginger. He has a red beard, but he's got like strawberry blonde hair. So it fits, right? Like, it's me and him, and it's sweet. And I can see this being on our wall somewhere eventually in like 15 years when I finish it. I don't know when this is gonna get done. I haven't bought anything for it. I have no immediate plans to start it, but I do want to soon because it's beautiful. And I am stoked to start my first Haid. Let's see, am I missing anything else on my planner pages? So the last thing, and I should have put this at the front, I'll get better about it. I want to start doing a best new thing because all the cool kids do it. So I have two best new things, and these are not Stitchy related. These are just things that I've come across recently that I enjoy. So the first one, this is kind of book talk. I love books. I enjoy books very much. I don't have many physical books because I'm a heathen and I prefer my Kindle and audiobooks. I don't like having a lot of clutter, which you wouldn't guess from my craft room. My craft room is a completely different beast, but I don't like having a ton of books. I prefer having digital books on my Kindle because that is one thing that I can keep track of. And I can carry them all with me all the time. I can go on vacation, have all of my books on my Kindle, and have any book I want. It also lets me check books out from the library without getting up from my seat, which I think is fantastic. And I love audiobooks. Tyler and I both listen to audiobooks, and we listen to them together. So books that we want to read together, we get the audiobook version and listen to it together while we're walking or driving or whatever. And that's what this is. So book series is called The Dresden Files. He introduced me to this particular series. We both liked the author before we met. And I knew him from a different series, and Tyler knew him from The Dresden Files, and we both tuned each other into the other series, and they're both fantastic. The other series is called Codex Alera. Highly recommend. It's fantastic. The Dresden Files, for those of you that do not know, our cat, one of our cats, is named Dresden after this character. Short rundown of the general idea of the book series. It's based around a wizard named Harry Dresden, who is an openly practicing wizard in modern day Chicago. And it's hilarious. The book goes into some pretty dark moments. It's got a lot of comedy. It's got a lot of mystery. A lot of the books kind of have a murder mystery vibe. But I kind of describe it to new people as Harry Potter for adults. If you grew up with Harry Potter and you loved it, like you just loved Harry Potter, I can almost guarantee you that you will enjoy the Dresden Files now as an adult. It's got, werewolves, vampires, fairies, abominable snowmen, probably dragons, tons of lore. It uses a lot of real life lore that he pulls from and kind of incorporates into his own world that he's made. And it's fantastic. This is book 15, I think. I don't remember. I want to say that there were 14 books out until very recently. And this poor author has had 5 years since the last book because he had a lot of stuff going on in his life. Totally get it. Like, and it was big stuff. So recently, like earlier this year, he put out an announcement that said, hey guys, book 15 is coming out in July. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. We were stoked. Speechless. We're so happy. And then he also said, and the next book is coming out in September. What? Oh, so worth the wait. So worth the wait. So we got the audiobook for this next book. I want to say we're on chapter 10. It's incredible. It's incredible. I'm not going to give anything away. Because if you have not read it yet, I do not want to spoil anything. But if you like the Dresden Files and you have not yet picked up this book, definitely do so. If you have never read the Dresden Files and you think it might be something that you enjoy, definitely give it a shot. You will be sucked into it, I believe. I absolutely was. My second best new thing is music, actually. Did you know that YouTube has radio channels? I didn't know that until a few days ago. A while back, Tyler was listening to Fallout Radio, and Fallout being the game Fallout. Because, you know, in the game, you have the radio channels that you can listen to that are like music from like the late 30s, early 40s. And I was kind of in the mood for some Fallout music, you know? Like, I wanted to listen to the Fallout radio station, but I was working, so I couldn't play the game. I'm bad at the game anyway. It's okay. So I was like, hey, honey, how did you bring up that radio station that's from Fallout? And he was like, oh, it's on YouTube. And I'm like, what? So I go and I look for it. It is a 24/7 live radio station that is all Fallout. It just plays continuously. It's got a DJ and everything. It's incredible. So if late 30s, early 40s is kind of your jam with music, maybe give that a shot. It is absolutely amazing, and it's great to work to. It's nice and upbeat. Makes the work day go by quicker. And I think, oh, no, I do have one more thing. Shame on me. How did I forget this? How did I forget this? I want to give away. I was so excited. It was an Instagram giveaway. SJ from FanStitchTic. I always have to stumble over her name because I don't know. My tongue just doesn't want to say it. She put up a giveaway for 1,000 Instagram followers. She has an Etsy shop, or no, she has a website. She has a website. I think maybe she has an Etsy shop too. I'll link it down there. It's in the description box. But I was like, hey, this is pretty cool. I'll go ahead and put my name down on this giveaway. You know, maybe. And I want it. And these are the things I got. So I got Weeks Dye Works holiday collection. And look at this floss. Isn't that beautiful? It looks like funfetti icing, but like just the sprinkles. I have no idea what I'm going to use this for, but it's so pretty. Something Easter. I mean, it's holiday collection, right? So I'm sure this was supposed to be for Easter. Oh, so pretty. So that was the floss I got. And then I also got these needle minders. And these needle minders spoke to me. Easily distracted by cats and fabric, which is 100% accurate. And look at that cute little cat. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but he's kind of patchworky. So he's got like stripes and you can see stitches on him and everything. It's adorable. And then this one stitch at a time. Whenever I am teaching someone how to cross stitch, that's what I say. It's just one stitch at a time. You know? You start out with a small one, and I hear a lot, oh, that next one is so much bigger. It's still just one stitch at a time. It's just more of them. Right? So, I thought that was great. And I love those needle minders. And they're really, really nice too. Like, it's a nice thick plastic. Very strong magnet. Yeah. So she does sell these, and I will put a link to her down below. If you are on the hunt for more needle minders, like I'm sure all of us are all the time, give her a shot. She makes good stuff. And I think that's it. I think that's everything. Okay. It's about dinner time, so I'm gonna go see what Tyler and I are eating for dinner tonight. And until next time, see y'all later.